YouTube. Alright, I'm going to give you a very quick, simple, fast guide on how to change your interface, what all this stuff means, what you should turn on, and let's go from there. Video, not super important unless you put your, sometimes ESO in a new screen will sometimes have a bad screen scale, so you can change it here. So say for example, I wanted to change it, I messed it up there, boom, now I can put it back. There, now it's back to normal. Alright, audio, not super important unless you want subtitles. Gameplay, now we're getting to some important stuff. Combat cues is important. Basically, you can see like when people are winding up, it'll tell you that you can shield bash, yada yada. Also, you can change the enemy colors, how bright they are. I sometimes recommend turning this up, but I left it off for this one. Preventing attack innocence, super nice if you don't want to randomly attack civilians. Say you're pressing the B button and your B button is an attack, and there's unfortunately a NPC that's right next to you. Well, now you're a wanted criminal. Quick cast on ground abilities can be important to turn on or off, or off automatic, depending on your ability. So say you're trying to place a ground ability, this can kind of affect on how you want to place it. So I think it really just depends on your playstyle, but this is something you can change. All this stuff useless except for consolidated area loop, super important. Turn that on. Auto loop, very nice. Turn it on unless you're constantly filling up your bag space. Auto loop stolen items I leave off because if you hit A on a backpack on accident, that's a stolen one. You automatically steal it. So prevent stealing items placed in the overworld. Turn that off. Auto add to craft bag. Default this. All right, so we're good with that. Camera, not important. Interface, not super important, except I just have gamer tags. Very easy. And then quick chat enabled. And then fade rate, just how often you want it to go away. All right, nameplates, somewhat important. Health bars, turn that bitch on. Alignment center, damage taken indicator, I turn it on. Frame border, I have off. Leave this off. Let's take all this. Alliance indicators, followers, all that normal stuff. Social, probably one of the biggest ones. Turn this off if you don't like getting notifications all the time and you're in guilds. You can also auto decline duels. I think that's sometimes people have that on. Also here, if you want to make one of your guilds stand out, so for example, this is the guild I own, so it's nice to see people talk specifically. In this one, I made it slightly more green, and I made the officer chat black, although full disclosure, the black is difficult to read. And then combat, the most important one. So I always have my ability bar on always show. It's very nice to have it up, especially because I'm constantly rearranging, switching characters. It's nice to know like what's where, which one's on what bar I have open, out, everything. Very nice to have. Attribute bar always show. Resource numbers, I do numbers and percent. You could do just number or just percent, but I recommend number and percent. Activated combat tips. It's whatever. Ultimate number I also have on as shown, so you know how much you're generating. Combat text on all, outgoing damage. It just makes it very nice to know how much damage you're doing. So if you have all this off, you'll have no clue how much damage you're doing. You'll just see their health decrease, which I don't think is the best way to do it. I do also have my buffs on, so you can see I have Werewolf, you can see that I have ESO Plus, you can see I have my Mundus Stone, you can see I've got the Bewitched Sugar Skulls buff, and you can see that I have the this little drink active because it's a new life event. All of those things are on currently, so that's what those are. That's why it's nice to see what buffs you have, and really that's it. So you can turn permanent buffs off, and that'll turn those off. So like you won't see that you have a Mundus Stone, you won't see that you're a werewolf. I usually leave it on just because sometimes like ESO will do an update and takes away your Mundus Stone. Alright, but that's pretty much it for the interface. See you guys in the next one, which may be later today.